Welcome to the S.T.E.A.M Zone.
Welcome into another episode of S.T.E.A.M Zone Virtual Edition, featuring science, technology, engineering, arts, agriculture, and math. Now, here's your host, Mr. Paul. Hey friends, I'm so glad you're back with me today for episode 3 of S.T.E.A.M Zone Virtual Edition. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited about everything that we are going to be talking about. Today, we are going to be learning a little bit about the arts. What are the arts? Well, let me ask you this. What is the first thing that you think of when you hear the word art? Now, some of you out there might have said something like painting. Some of you might have said drawing, or maybe like a sculpture, or maybe even art class if you take an art class at school. And yes, those are very much a part of art. However, that is not all of art. So art, a very simple definition for art, is the expression of human creativity. I'm going to say that again. It's the expression of human creativity. All that means is anything that you can imagine where humans are using something to be creative, then that qualifies as art. Now, there's 3 basic categories for art. Number 1 is visual art. So these are maybe some of the types of arts that we typically think of when we hear the word art. These are things like paintings, sculptures, sketches, drawings, anything like that, something that you might go see in an art museum. A lot of those things would fall under the category of visual art. Second, we have literature. Now, this is not something maybe that you would normally think of as being art, but if you really think about it, literature, whether it's books, poems, whether it's journals, magazines, newspapers, anytime humans are writing something, they're expressing creativity in some form or fashion. And then perhaps my favorite category of arts are the performing arts. So these are arts where you actually observe people giving some sort of performance that expresses creativity. So this can be a song, it can be a movie, it could be a play, anything like that. Animations, all sorts of cool stuff with that we can experience with performing arts. So again, the 3 main categories of art are visual art, they are performing art, and literature. So I want you to take a moment to think and let me know. I want to hear from you. Let me know, what is your favorite way to express yourself? All right, so I wanted to let you know what my favorite way to express myself is. I love to express myself through music. To me, music is just such a great way to communicate how we feel. I listen to different music depending on the day and depending on my emotions at the moment. I'm actually sitting on a musical instrument right now. It's called a cajon. It's a box drum. It's a pretty simple drum. It just makes two noises. It's got a bass noise and it's got a higher snare noise. And I like to play this. It's something that I can do to help me get my mind off of things. And I really enjoy playing. I might, if I'm sad, If I'm feeling down, I might play a slow song. I might play something like. Or if I'm feeling upbeat, if I'm in a good mood, I might play something a little bit faster, a little bit louder. So I might be like. And there's just so many different ways, even with just two different notes, that I can express how I'm feeling. Um, and I think that's just incredible about music, but really about all types of art. So again, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what your favorite type of art is, your favorite way to express yourself. Now, for the main event today, our main activity, we're actually going to together create our own art, and then we're going to do our own artistic performance. And we're going to do that through puppets. Um, so I'm sure most of you have heard of puppets before. If not, puppets are characters. You usually put them on your hand. Sometimes people control them with a string. And you can make them do things. You can essentially do a play, but with those puppets. And so we call that a puppet show. So without further ado, drum roll, please. The bear and why he got a stubby tail.
Once upon a cold, frosty day in winter in the deep, deep woods, there lived a black bear. Now at this time, all bears had long, luxuriant tails. Oh, I'm so very, very hungry. I just woke up from my long winter's nap early because my stomach is growling. I knew I should have eaten more of those huckleberries before I went to sleep for the winter. Now I'm paying the price and I'm starved. But the ground is all covered with snow. Where is a hungry bear going to find food? Yum, yum. I love eating fish, especially fat and juicy fish. Fox, Fox, what a fine catch of fish you have. Would you give one to me? No, I caught them all, and I am not going to share. Well, where did you ever catch them? They look so good. I've been out fishing and caught them all in the river. But the river is frozen over. How did you catch your fish? Oh, it was easy. First, I made a small hole in the ice. Then I stuck my tail down into the water. When I felt a pinch, I knew it was a fish biting. So I pulled out my tail, and there was a fish. What a good idea! Could I do that too? I don't see why not. Waddle onto the ice here by the river and cut a hole right through it. Sit down and stick your long, bushy tail through that hole. You must hold it there as long as you can. Don't mind if your tail hurts a little. That's when the fish bite. Oh, my tail will hurt? Are you sure I have to do this to catch fish? Absolutely positively. No pain, no gain. Don't be such a baby. Sit down on the ice. But it's cold. Don't you have lots of fur on you? Let me check. Sure you do. Now sit down on the ice and put your tail in the hole in the river. Okay, I am hungry and I do want some fish. Now sit very still and don't worry about your tail hurting. If it stings a lot, why that means you're catching lots of big fish. And you do want lots of big fish, don't you? The bigger the better. I'm so hungry. The longer you hold it there, the more fish you will catch. Once you think you have enough, then all at once you pull your tail out with a strong jerk sideways. And you will find you have a fine catch of fish for dinner. Why, thank you. I had no idea it was so easy to catch fish. Maybe I'll stay awake all winter long. You'll soon see how easy it is. But I have to go back home to my den now. I think I saw some rabbit tracks around. I wonder how long it's going to take. I'm bored. I should have brought something to read. And I'm lonely. I wish Fox wouldn't have left me alone. And my stomach is growling. Excuse me. Have you seen Fox around? You just missed Fox. She left a minute ago. Oh, good. I certainly don't want to meet up with that fox today. I might get eaten. What are you doing out of your den, Bear? Shouldn't you be sleeping this time of winter? My stomach was growling so much I woke up hungry, but Fox very kindly showed me how to catch my dinner by sitting here on the ice and fishing with my tail. I don't think I could do that. My tail is too small. Ouch. My tail stings. There must be a fish biting it. Good luck with your fishing. I better hop on, just in case Fox does decide to come back. Goodbye. Now I'm all alone again. I know. I'll decide how I'm going to cook this fish. That'll help pass the time. Fried fish is yummy. Or fish with lemon and butter. Or barbecued fish, too. Or smoked fish. Ooh. I can't decide. I'll just have to sit here and catch more fish. Now see here, Bear. What are you doing standing here in the middle of a frozen river? I'm fishing. Can't you tell? I don't think I've ever seen anybody fish like that before. How are you fishing? I stuck my tail down this hole in the ice. Ouch! I just got another bite. That makes 3. You got a bite on your tail? And that means you've caught a fish? Yes. Fox showed me how to fish this way. It's working so well, I've decided to stay awake all winter long so I can play with you in the snow. I guess it takes all kinds, but I wouldn't use my tail to fish with. I slap the water and warn others that there is danger around with my tail. I wouldn't want it to be nibbled on. I wouldn't slap as well if it was chewed on. That's okay. I could share my fish with you. Although my tail is getting a little chilly. Thank you, but I don't like fish very much. I'd rather eat tender trees and leaves, see? It is getting cold out here. I think I'll head for my warm home behind the dam and have a cup of hot cocoa. Too bad you can't come along and warm up. That's okay. I'll keep on fishing. Although hot cocoa does sound tasty, I always like mine with lots of little marshmallows and cinnamon, and so much chocolate it's as though you're drinking candy bars. And there's hot tea with lemon, and so much honey the bees try to steal it back. Now there is a sight you don't see very often. A bear in the middle of winter, sitting on a river. Bear, 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 what are you doing? Shouldn't you be sleeping? My stomach was growling so much I woke up hungry, but Fox very kindly showed me how to catch my dinner by sitting here on the ice and fishing with my tail. Ouch! I just caught another fish. That makes 4 for my dinner tonight. Fishing with your tail? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Only thing is that my tail is getting very cold and I'm not sure I can sit here much longer. I'm glad I don't have to worry about fishing with my tail. When I'm hungry, I trample down and strip bark from trees. Maybe you should try it. Bark doesn't sound very tasty to me, but a fine fat fish fried up with butter and lemon, oh, I can't wait. Now, let me pull my maybe a little harder pull. Oh, why is this so hard? Moose, I can't seem to get up. Do you have any ideas? Ah, well, yes, you could pull harder. I already tried that. Help me, please. Why, look. The hole in the ice has frozen over, and your tail is stuck fast in place. Hang on to my antlers. No, not my nose. Grab my antlers, and we'll pull together. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pull! Ow, 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 ow! My tail hurts so much. Fox tricked me. There's no fish on my tail. It was the ice hurting it. Ouch! One more sharp yank this way. Ready, set, pull! Pull! Oh, I'm out of that frozen ice hole. But Bear, where's your tail? Oh no! My tail is so short I can't see it anymore. I don't have my long, luxuriant tail anymore. All I have is this short, stumpy tail. No fish and no tail. I'll never trust Fox again. I guess I'd better go back to sleep with my hungry stomach. I'll wake up early next spring. That poor bear, his tail never grew back, and that is why, to this day, Bear has such a short, stumpy tail.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Unfortunately, that is all the time that I have. Tune in on Wednesday and I'll teach you exactly how I put that show together. You get to make your very own characters. I'll talk a little bit about the backdrop, and then I'm gonna challenge you to do your very own puppet show at home. All right, so look forward to that on Wednesday. But before I let you go, there's a couple things I wanted to check in on from last week. First of all, our bread. Nothing has grown on the bread yet, so I don't have any updates on that. Second of all, I want to give a big shout out to Josue, who gave about 4 different answers on the episode where we talked about the moldy bread. So good job there. And lastly, I want to show you an update on our virtual garden over here. So I've got my planters right here by my window. Normally I have the window open so they can get some nice light, but needed for lighting purposes to have it closed. I'm starting to get some plants popping their head up over the surface there. We've got some black beans growing, we've got some green beans growing, and we've got some cucumbers starting to poke their little heads out of the soil. Still waiting on the peppers, but those take a little bit longer to grow, so I'm not worried about those right now. And that is all I have for you. Thank you again so much. I look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday. Stay safe, and I will see you soon.